What's up? What up? Got an incoming phone call on the landline. A rarity. But that's okay. We are here and we are here live. I don't take phone calls when I'm doing a stream. We are also doing a live watch of the Vancouver Canucks up 3-2 against the Nashville Predators. Game 6 is in Nashville right now. The Predators have to win or they are out and playing golf with the Los Angeles Kings. I really have no interest in this game in terms of who wins, but I do hope that it goes to Game 7. I love me some Game 7. No, they're unfortunately they were a stand-up comedy troupe. Hello, boing. I see we lost 2 followers on that one. Predators are actually a good team. Nashville is a great, if you can believe this, a great hockey town. But they have to win. I'm looking forward to Hackamania as well. I mean, listen, I'm not in the Dabbleverse, but I think it's going to be fun. I don't think Melton is doing it to have this be the new Skankfest or competition for Skankfest. I think these type of festivals are the wave of the future in stand-up because it's a comedy. I don't know if you'd call it a festival, Hackamania, but certainly Skankfest is really a festival for comics by comics. And I think these types of gatherings will kind of be the new, hopefully the new era of comedy festivals. I mean, we've got the Netflix is a Joke comedy festival in LA this next week and a half, and some of the people on it, it's just laughable. It's like pro wrestlers with no comedy experience on a comedy festival. That's literally the equivalent of me getting on WrestleMania. And just open mic level comics on some of these shows. Now, there are some great shows, the Hollywood Bowl shows with Nate Bargatze, Seinfeld, Gaffigan, Sebastian. That's a Super Bowl show. But, I think there's a reason JFL went out of business, that show, that festival stopped being relevant a decade ago. I mean, really, Roast Battle rescued the 2 JFLs I was at. The Roast Battle was the go-to show for JFL, and that's not good when it's a stand-up festival. And Roast Battle was not a stand-up show. It was, it is what it is. So, You should have been on. Yeah, I mean, I should have been on the fucking festival based on who else is on it. But what up, Spurg? What up, Ching Lee? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. I almost don't even like saying that. The Juggalos. What is my philosophy of life? It's like the guy Brace from the Showtime show Gigolos. I just want to be good to people. Well, I mean, the stand-up show. In full disclosure, I've never met Ray DeVito, so uh, I've never seen his stand-up. I'm assuming Carl doesn't do stand-up. Um, you know, I think I've been on a show with Melton back in the day, but I don't remember talking to him. Oh shit, we got an early super chat. Early super chat from Ross Dogs. Uh, Broken Spirit, $5. Thoughts on Seinfeld claiming left-wing stick in the mud's ruined comedy. I mean, who be it uh, to disagree with one of the goats of comedy, Seinfeld, but I don't think left wing or right wing people have ruined comedy. To me, what's ruined comedy is it's not about being funny anymore. It's about checking a box. I mean, frankly, I'm in the worst category that you can be in, and that is older white dude. But I'm funnier than I would say 80% of the people on the Netflix festival. Now, are there 20% who are funnier than me? Absolutely, there is. But when you have these younger comics, some of them, they're trans, they're a woman, they're good looking. I mean, that's the basis of how they got on the festival. That's what's ruining comedy. What's ruining comedy, in my opinion, and I think my opinion's pretty valid, is I've done comedy for 25 years. So, but someone will hear me say this and go, "Oh, you're just fucking bitter." I'm not bitter at all. But in regards to Ross Dog's question, and thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Welcome to My Lost Interest. He's a real provocateur with his clips. It's like, sorry, this is carbonated, or it kicks my ass on the stream. Um, you know, when you're booked on a show, not because you're funny, but because you check a box, that's what hurts comedy. Lance, $1.99. Thoughts on gays and trans ruining comedy? I don't think gays and trans people are ruining comedy. I think inexperienced people are ruining comedy. When you get on a comedy festival because you're black, you're gay, you're trans, you're super young, uh, you're fat, so you're funny to look at, but you're not funny. That's what ruins comedy to me. J-Man Jack, $5. I might break my arm with all these super chats. We're not even 10 minutes in. Make comedy funny again. J-Man Jack, $5. Um, you know, I mean, when you perfect example, and I don't want to bore you guys with the intricacies of um, how the comedy world works, but Montreal had a thing, JFL, Just for Laughs. They have a segment of their festival, or had a segment of the festival, called New Faces, and it was younger comics. And I know of someone who got on it last year. I don't want to blow their game up because I do like this person, but they were not ready. They checked a very particular box, and this is someone who I've done shows with, and they were not ready. And so now you you do new faces. A fair amount of industry sees it. They bombed, from what I understood. I did not see the set, but I have reporters all over. I'm like Matt Drudge. I follow the stank. And so now, okay, you checked the box 1 year. Now you're done. The industry has seen you not do well. It's not that it's over, but you know, now you got to survive on your actual comedy skills. That's what's ruining comedy. And the fact that a lot of people, like frankly me, are in that older white straight male box, um, and aren't considered for a lot of things. It's like, well, but I'm funny, right? I had a meeting with a 25-year-old manager, and this meeting was set up through a industry heavyweight. The person who set up this industry for me is someone who, if they call Tom Cruise picks up on the first ring. And this person had seen me at the Comedy Store and said, "Listen, I can't really help you because I'm not in the stand-up world, but let me help you. Get you some meetings or whatever." So, this 25-year-old manager is like, "Hey, you're very funny. The person who recommended you, I know that you're the real deal if they recommended you, but you're just too old." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "I need someone I can mold into what I want." And I'm like, "But I'm funny." And she's like, "You absolutely are funny, but your character and your style, you've been doing comedy for so long that you can't be molded. And I want to mold my next client." Now, I appreciated her honesty, but it's like that's what's wrong with comedy. Uh, so, yeah, Mark Norman's great. I'm a fan of Mark Norman. Well, thank you, Dingbat, for coming in with some political talk. But that's, really what's wrong with comedy. So, I mean, the way comedy works is like, when I used to play hockey competitively, at least Southern California competitively, I had the hardest shot on most teams I was on. And so the way it worked was, okay, Earl, we get a power play. We're going to put you on the point, and everyone's going to try and get you the ball. It was ball hockey, and just shoot it. But the way Hollywood works, if it was put into the hockey world, would be like, okay, Earl, you've got the hardest shot on the team, and Billy has the worst shot on the team, but his dad owns the stick company, so we want free sticks. So Billy's going to play over you. Uh, well, I think comedy started getting ruined with the advent of Vine, which was 6-second videos, and most people couldn't even be funny for 6 fucking seconds. Uh, so a gay or Gomez Adams, I don't think that's possible. Hit the like button, kiddies. Hit the like button. But I know a girl. She's she gets booked on stand-up shows, and she don't have 5 fucking minutes, but she has 1 million followers on TikTok, and she was gigantic on Vine. Um, so I mean, I honestly don't think the extreme left is the reason why comedy is ruined. There's just a lot of bad comedy out there. Comedy right now is like the 80s metal scene where, you know, so many people blame Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Mother Love Bone and all those bands for killing Poison and Rat and, Quiet Riot and Cinderella and Britney Fox. But really what killed those bands was those bands, like right now, because of Matt Rife's success, um, you've got all these comics now making crowd work videos because they want to be the next Matt Rife. So I don't think you can't do crowd work videos when there's 7 people at an open mic. Um, Immortal Corruptor coming in with some pussy talk. I like this. This is a very good Steam stream right now. Sorry, I made so much money in the first 10 minutes. I don't know what to do with myself. I might just end the stream now. Um, but I mean, you would think in the world of stand-up comedy that being funny would be the most important thing, and it's really not. And frankly, it's why I don't do the road that much. I'm not really a draw because the biggest talent I have at the moment right now is my voiceover work. But cartoons are a weird thing. Like I don't know, frankly, if a lot of people would go, "Hey, do you want to go see Barry Jelly, or do you want to go see the voice of Barry Jelly tonight?" Now, if you're on South Park or something, that might be a little different. Like Dan Mentz, who I believe is on Family Guy, he tours sporadically, but Sister Abigail, the like button. Yeah, we got 17 people in here and only 8 likes. Come on, man. By the way, I saw some of those exit interviews by the LA Kings today. Yowza. That Pierre-Luc Dubois one, I'd rather watch Two Girls, One Cup backwards and in high def. I've got to get better. No shit. Um, Dingbat. Well, yeah, it's Washington, D.C. It's like going to a show in Austin, Texas. Most of the people are going to be to the right. William Zoom, I know, I love you, but I have no idea what that means. Well, thank you, Cheng Lei. You might have not listened to the stream in a while, but I have a high def 4K camera now. And it wasn't that much, to be honest with you, but I think it was like $300, which is a lot of money. But and I'm hooked up to my cell phone's hotspot, so I'm trying. Next up is the background. There's several neon signs I have considered. Maybe an Earlverse sign, maybe a Daddy Man sign. I know when you're on YouTube, the background, it's not the most important thing in the world. I mean, pardon me. Sorry, but my bad. Blame bum energy drink. But look at Kevin Brennan's background. He's got a room divider behind him, and he's killing it. So but I'm anal. I'm very anal. I want my background to look really good. So when you're trolling around YouTube, oh shit, this guy. Let's listen to this guy's stream. How far away from 150 Cielo Drive? I don't get the joke. I know that's in Beverly Hills. It's not that. Okay, thank you, Williamson. Well, I think what you guys are seeing is the TV is so fucking big. It's an 85-inch TV that when they goes to a light commercial, like right now there's a commercial for Honda or something. It's but sometimes it works because when it's dark in here and there's a commercial with a red background, it really pops. Oh, okay. I knew I recognized the address. I mean, it's probably about 10 minutes from me. I mean, listen, I know the background of my kitchen is not very appealing, but right now it's the best of what I can do. Now upstairs, I almost have enough room where I can still move around and have this whole thing upstairs, and I'm looking forward to that. Cheng Li, I'm wondering why you're not Chong Li from Bloodsport. Yes, I mean, believe me, and that's a lot of people ask me what that picture is of. That is of my favorite racehorse, Seattle Slew. Seattle Slew. and that is my mama, the day of her wedding. That is not my dad. That is one of the great racehorse trainers of the 50s and 60s, Horatio Luro, who walked her down the aisle. Um, Seen Burns screwing the other day, out of control. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, I get it. Mrs. Oh, I wish my mom trained Seattle Slew. Um, okay, fair enough. I mean, Dingbat's really coming in with the political talk. I don't mind that though. I don't mind. Have I ever thought about getting a mohawk? No, not really. My head's too big. But hey, hit that like button, man, please. I see we got some good old stream legends in here tonight. My Lost Interest does a great job with the clips of whatnot. I just don't want to get clipped. I'm petrified of getting clipped by you guys. I just want to have fun doing this. If I can make a few bucks, awesome. But that's not why I do it. Speaking of making a few bucks, right on cue, $2. Did you take a picture with the great Dat fan at the store? Peter Chicken Man Brennan. I've never met Dat fan before. If you can believe that. I mean, I think since I've been past at the Comedy Store, to my knowledge, he's never been up there. I mean, you got to feel bad for the guy. I mean, how many dudes did she marry? I don't know. Friday Night Earlverse is popping tonight. 27 people in there. Now, ideally, I want a zero at the end of that at some point. Maybe a year from today, I would like to have 270 people in there. But you got to feel bad for Dat fan. He knows he wasn't funnier than Ralphie May, and he was really just doing recycled Bobby Lee shit. Um, but you dealt with the devil and Barry Katz, and now he's doing like Dat fan and Friends shows at like Chinese restaurants in La Jolla. Woo! What about Peng Dang? I had never heard of Peng Dang until the Hinchcliffe incident, and I haven't heard of him since, to be frank. SS is officially on gun duty now. I don't know what that means. Spurg Snake? That was a fake Chandler. You mean David Chandler or Chandler, my ex-girlfriend? I'll check. I'll check my clip card. Thanks. You guys lose me on some of this shit, man. Evening SCBID. Tough crowd ended Dat fan's career. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like that exposed him for not really being that funny and like, oh, Chandler, Arizona. I thought you meant. Well, I'm not going to say her last name, but uh, Chandler, my ex. You go on those like politically incorrect tough crowd shows, you better be able to hang with the heavyweights. That ain't fucking Comics Unleashed where Byron Allen's giving you phony setups and shit. Hey Earl, I hear you like hockey. Yeah, I told you that in the green room. If you want viewers, get cleared of some allegations, but I don't have any allegations. Whoa, we are just. I might just quit the streaming world altogether with the money I've made in 23 minutes. My Lost Interest, $4.99. Hard, accurate snapper. Hard, accurate slapper. Thoughts? I'll hang up and take your answer off the air. I believe you are talking about hockey. I mean, that could be in the Dabbleverse world, any number of topics, but I had a very hard slap shot. Now, my slap shot was not accurate. It was just very hard. Like I could shoot the ball 5 times. First time to go over the left shoulder, second time over the right shoulder, third time a worm burner between the goalie's legs, fourth time right in the goalie's stomach, fifth time into the parking lot of the pizza parlor across the street. I believe my wrist shot was someone brought out a ray gun, or not a ray gun, but a radar gun. And my wrist shot was timed at 82 miles an hour. And so my slap shot, I think, was 106. Now it's a ball, and they would freeze the balls. So, like, they were pucks, basically. So hold on now. Dingbat, Taz, the resident artist, go away. You Pat Dixon apologist. You defend. We Dingbat. You could say whatever you want in chat, but I don't really talk about. So to answer your lost interest, I would rather have a hard, accurate slapper. I mean, you guys can talk about whatever you want in the stream, but let's keep it. I don't even know what Gia is writing Farsi in chat. If you go on YouTube, don't go on right now because I can't afford to lose the numbers. Look up Earl Skakel slap shot, and you'll get an idea what I'm about. I have two moderators here, the greats Kip Smith and Gina Babina. Kip is in here a lot more than Gina. No, I've told them don't block anyone, don't mute anyone, don't mute any words. I just act no racist shit, and you guys can argue amongst each other. Gila, oh sorry, it was Hebrew. My bad. QAnon, Queenon or QAnon. I don't know how. I don't want to say it incorrectly. $1.99. Thank you very much. Better debut album, Boston or the Cars? That's a tough one because I like the ingenuity of how Boston made their album. I guess the record company gave Tom Schatz. I'm probably saying his last name wrong. They gave him all the money for recording, for studio. Go to LA. Excuse me. And he just used the money to buy recording equipment, and I believe they recorded the album in his garage, and then the band kept the money. So I like that kind of evil genius. However, I think the Cars album was a little more well-rounded. I liked it a little better. So, Dingbat, you can say whatever you want. I will meet Pat Dixon at Hackamania. I know nothing about anyone's personal life, so I go in there with an open book. I mean, listen, I had an ex tell people I threw down a flight of stairs. So, what if one of you guys heard that and go, Skakel's an abuser? So, obviously it wasn't true and didn't really, didn't affect me at all, to be honest with you. But, still, so, I like to hear both sides of the story. All right, see you, Taz. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Lance, $1.99. Better latest album, Judas Priest or Metallica? Well, I got to be honest with you. Just full disclosure, I haven't heard either. I mean, I might have heard one or two songs off of the Metallica album just because I saw them in concert. But in terms of the classic stuff, I like Judas Priest better. I mean, Rob Halford still has a great voice. Oh yeah, I mean, listen, My Lost Interest, the first Boston album, it's a great. I mean, and it's way more than just More Than a Feeling. That first Cars album is fucking flawless, man. I don't think there's a bad song on it. So Hit Like You Heroes, I agree with you, Cold C. Friday night, we're having a good stream in here. I love it. Okay. Taz, I don't know what you're talking about it, but thank you for leaving the emojis. I mean, I've gone over this before. You people obviously at some point, Jordan, come on, you are a friend, man. You don't have to super chat me. But since you did, Jordan the Lion, Days with Jordan the Lion, $5. Why are you avoiding the Osprey heat with Omega topic? Also, who is your number one favorite dick pill now? Fave Rub and Tug currently. Well, I get laid enough now that I don't have to go to rub and tugs anymore. But Momo's Spa behind Fat Burger on Santa Monica, and I think Curson was they didn't waste any time. You literally walked in there, they like give you a one shoulder rub and go turn over and get to business, baby. I think Osprey's going to come in and save uh, Omega. I think it's a work. By the way, check out Jordan the Lion's channel on YouTube. By far and away, the best channel on YouTube for travel vlog and stuff. I'm low tech here. I literally hit record and end stream. That is the genesis of my editing. Jordan's videos got music, jump cuts, like cuts that are perfect. So it's well worth um, the effort. Easy123 member for 3 months. Can we change Bonzo Berry to Daddy Man Stable? I have to keep Bonzo Berry because Bonzo Berry is one of my favorite characters from Miami Vice. But maybe I'll have a third tier of Daddy Man Stable, where if you come to Hackamania, you get to see the dick pic for free and stare at it for 30 seconds. Yes, 100%. The Mike Douglas incident took down Mayhem Record Store, not just Westwood, but Santa Monica Promenade, too. Man, I was at the Santa Monica Promenade last night. Can we taste it? The dick pic? That's $1,000 super chat. William Zoom gets it. Bonzo Berry. Yes, Mark Lynn Baker was Bonzo Berry in what was the name of that episode? It was a great episode because you also had the bad guy in that episode of Miami Vice was, I guess, a famous punk drummer, and I never would have guessed that. You had Izzy, Martin Ferrero, my favorite Miami Vice character ever. You had Charlie Barnett, Dave Chappelle's mentor, is the Noog Man. Didn't Earl turn down molestation from a gay casting director? I did. And my career would have been a lot better if I just would have got on my knees, Tammy Faye. But I didn't want it that bad, to be honest with you. Looking back, yes, you are right, Easy123. Both Randys. But the bad guy, that guy they were selling the dump truck to, I looked up his name, and apparently he was like some famous punk rock drummer. Of course, I was in talks recently with the great Luca Bercovici, who was gunrunner Max Weisler, I believe, on that same episode of the Bonzo Berry episode. Now, Luca Bercovici, he was in Drop Zone. He was a very prominent bad guy in the 80s, American Flyers. He looks so much like John Glover that I went up for the same roles. Yes, I had an incident with Mike Duck, the talk show host. Do you think Joe Rogan banged on Matt Ahmed from the store during his rule? I don't know. I don't know what their relationship was or is. Okay, thank you, William Zoom. I don't keep up with other people's relationship. I mean, I know Matt Ahmed has speaken badly about Adam, the old booker, but yes, Luca Bercovici, and he actually got back to me via DMs on Twitter. Said, "Yeah, I'll do it." He was very cool about it, but unfortunately, he lives in Saudi Arabia now. Like he is a filmmaker in Saudi Arabia, so it's just like. You know, it's hard to do the time. Like I'm trying to interview my favorite hockey player of all time, Barry Beck, and he lives in China. So it's just like I'd have to get up at like 5 in the morning. Lance, $5. Quotation mark. Earl is doing 15 minutes of stand up and judging open mic. If he thinks he needs more than a plane ticket and room, I can find someone else. Melton. Well, I'm actually driving to Vegas in my new car. So, but the gas is probably about the price of a plane ticket. So, there you go, Lance. Thank you very much. I think I met a med quit getting booked when Adam started booking. Yeah, I mean, it happens. I've been lucky under the new booker, Emily, to still get booked a fair amount. So, I can't complain. I mean, I have a feeling if who I think will be the new booker eventually, in a couple years, if they get the job, I probably will stop performing at the Comedy Store. So I don't take anything for granted. Um, yeah, I didn't know that about that guy. Yeah, Earl should charge a fan to ride with him to Hackamania, but that's a big. Uh, no, I can assure you my new car will not be purchased through super chats. And hey, speaking of super chats, let me thank what might be a record in the first half hour of the super chats. I mean, I got to scroll down. I've made so much tonight. Ross Dogs, thank you very much. Lance, thank you very much. J Man Jack, thank you very much. Peter Chicken Man Brennan, mucho gracias. My Lost Interest, a legend in the streaming world. Thank you. Queen on, thank you. Lance, thank you again. Days with Jordan the Lion. Easy123 and Lance. You guys have given me hope. And notice how I haven't asked for money once and it just flows in. Other streamers, take note. You too could make $45 doing this. Shit. Uh, well, I mean that could be. I mean, I am a lone wolf. I do like to drive alone, and the drive for Vegas is very therapeutic. I'm not saying I'm not going to charge someone to go to Vegas with me, but I would have to in that case. I would pay for everything, gas and food and whatnot. Maybe even pay for lunch at the IHOP in Baker. But you know, yeah, I do like to shout out the super chatters. What up, JLA 209? Well, you have the privilege to perform there. You don't have the right. So if the booker doesn't like you, I mean there's 1,000 names on the wall. So like Emily, I mean I don't know her strategy, you'd have to ask her, I guess. But I think in my case, because Holtzman moved to Austin, that she views me as kind of the new Holtzman, not necessarily in style, but she knows I can do a lot of time at the end of the night and keep the crowd's attention. And so, but the person who I think would get the job if Emily moved on, I don't necessarily know is a fan of mine. We've had some interactions that, they weren't unpleasant, but uh, I don't think he's like a super fan of Earl. Um, Earl gonna pound all the beaver in Vegas. Probably not. Immortal Corruptor. Peter Chicken Man Brennan, is the 2 a.m. spot opening? And no, that's my spot, bitch. Earl better leave some sniz for the fans. No one wants to run sloppy seconds after Earl. Is what an X? Oh no, it's not an X. Although Chandler would be a good talent booker. I might go see Phantom Menace in theaters. I saw Alien in theaters last Monday. I had a very good time. It was very fun. Um, so, I'd like to see. I'm glad they're bringing in like movies from the '80s for like a week of being back in the theater. Like I would love to see Predator again in the theater, and I don't mean the Harvey Weinstein story, or like the first Lethal Weapon. You know, Showgirls, I think would be fun to see in a theater again. Dr. Chow, the Mega G, what up? but everyone wants to get the schlop pot after Earl. So, I mean, you snooze, you lose, baby doll. Uh, I mean, yeah, I mean, I went the other night and fuck, it was so fun to see Alien. I don't think I'd ever seen that in the theater, and I had a really good time. Um, I mean, I'm not this Nashville Vancouver game's very good, very tight. Um, it is a good way to get people back into theaters because the one thing I really loved about Alien was there's no CGI in it. It's just like a good script, great cast. Tom Skerritt, one of my all-time favorite, Yaphet Kotto. Obviously Sigourney Weaver, Ian Holm. Um, who else was in that? Cartwright. And Harry Dean Stanton. I mean, it was awesome. Yeah, Alien. No, Alien. I would love to see Aliens in a theater. Alien, the first movie, was awesome in the theater. Like you get scared because it really was almost so good, the acting and realistic, because there was no crazy CGI, that you really thought you almost felt like you were watching a documentary. Um, and I just think that these movies today, like, what was it? The last Fast and Furious movie, the chase ends up being in fucking space. Like, what? I don't know. It's the 40th anniversary, so I would guess at least 2 to 3 weeks. And yeah, Ian Holm was great. I'm not sure what else he was in, but well, the interesting thing was I noticed that the Yaphet Kotto character in Alien was very similar to Bill Paxton's character in Aliens, always complaining, "Where's the money? Why do we have to do all this extra work?" So I love Yaphet Kotto, man. He's good in everything he's in, from the James Bond movie to probably my favorite cult movie of all time, Star Chamber, to all these things. Italian Stallion, $1.99. Your rank: Harley Cameron, Anna Jay, and Mariah May. Got some AEW talk. Now, this is just based on my love of women's boobs. I would say Harley Cameron, Mariah May, Anna Jay. I mean, Harley Cameron's hot. Those big titties. Harry Dean Stanton, yes, he's great and Pretty in Pink, I believe. Star Chamber was Michael Douglas. Yaphet Kotto played one of the cops, one of the detectives. I also would like to throw in Italian Stallion. Thank you very much for the super chat. Um, the Bunny, who of course is no longer in um, AEW. I think she's kind of just doing OnlyFans right now. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't go on it, but ironically enough, I liked her better when there's like a little bit left to the imagination. Um, the boobs were a little too fake looking for my taste, but they looked amazing in like the wrestling outfits. Would you play the fella in the bear suit if offered? Probably. I mean, I got to make some money, honey. Uh, Dave Lee just saying beefers. I don't know what to say to that. The chicks think Earl is an alien with that mutant unit. I mean, it ain't that big. Patties were just so big, they kind of hung low. So for fake boobs, they almost looked real. I mean, they were, if I had to guess Patty Please's size, I would say, I think she told me they were 66F. I mean, that's crazy. Uh, Earl, I directed you to her nudes, but I think I went on her OnlyFans out of respect. Can you redirect them to me, William, just so I can look at them for free again? But she's an interesting case, William, of Dave Lee, heavy creamers. Jesus Christ. Um, fake boobs, when they're, packaged nicely in like a sports bra or a wrestling outfit, they look nice. But when they're just out and they don't move and they're the separation, I will be watching Rampage tonight. Did some Dave Lee and Easy 123, you guys are out of control tonight. Now Cold C's getting in high butter fat milkers. I mean, what is going on in this stream right now? Hopefully none of these women have a bad case of hobo pussy. I don't even know what that means. I don't mind fake boobs, but it really depends on the surgeon. Dave Lee, yeah, let's get him back on task. What up? Are you ready to walk? Rock. Human deer pussy. Are you guys? I got to be honest with you. We got some real horned up guys in the stream tonight. So thank you. I mean, the numbers are doing good for me tonight. Yes, I would agree with you, William. I was a little disappointed. Let me go on my iPad right now and just look up the bunny nudes and see what pops up. Hello, boing. The wife is. Oh, good for you. I mean, Boulder Johnny, I don't want to think about your wife's melons. Yes, all love, easy 1, 2, 3. I know I draw from many fans. I know we've got some Dabbleverse people in here. I know we've got some DNO fans in here, and just fans of my. All right, let's the bunny AW nudes. Let's see what pops up here. All right. Okay. The bunny has joined OnlyFans. AEW bunny nude. I love these. I bet you do. I bet you do. All right. Let's see what. Okay. I don't need. Let's see. Reddit. Let me go on her Reddit site. I'm sure nothing will. I mean, like, she's pretty. Just in this video. I think she's married to who is it? The Blade. Like I like good body. I mean, okay. I mean, I'd marry her. All right. Well, I can't find her nudes. Let me try one more. The bunny has joined OnlyFans. Let's see. I mean, OnlyFans is the bunny. Let me put the bunny OnlyFans. I mean, she's gotta have a free preview. Let's see. Let's see. That's not the right bunny. Pornhub. Let's go on Pornhub. I am over 18. Jesus, I got to get off of Pornhub. This is disgusting. So, natural boobs are the best way. Earl Triple X stream. That would probably get me some dollars. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nova. I bet Earl likes a thick bush like Prison Sonny has. I mean, I'm missing a lot of. Oh, KB is in the house. K will be joining me at Hackamania. Welcome, K. Watching the ads just for you, Earl. Sorry about that. The ads don't make that much money, to be honest with you, but I appreciate that. I think, YouTube definitely does not treat the artist that well, to be honest with you. I mean, I think they take 30% of the chats. That seems a little excessive to me, but who's the most famous woman you've dated? How many followers do they have? Well, I'm not gonna say who they are, but, they are very well known in their field, and, I think she has a couple 100,000 followers, and we still talk. That's all I can say. Um, Grange, come on, Grange, you can't talk like that about no, it wasn't Eleanor. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's always on. It's one of those, I think it was 1984, great cast. You had Michael Douglas, Hal Holbrook, um, and a lot of good character actors in it. Um, I think, Larry, what was the cop's name? He was in the go-to, like, skinny, almost scary-looking guy, Larry Rankin. Um, it'd be nice to, but Grange, come on, man. I mean, you can talk in here, but, like, Kip does a lot of shit for me, so, talk bad about him in someone else's stream. Did you date Tawny Katane? I wish. Tawny, ironically enough, and there's no way to prove this, but Tawny had a crush on me because I was literally the only person in her life not trying to fuck her or use her for her body or looks. Um, so we, I don't know if I would say we would have dated, but we had a special bond, me and Tawny, and I miss her a lot. When I was having, problems with Lois's mom, Tawny, I remember, talked to me in the garage for about an hour. We were just standing outside of her car, and she was giving me advice, and she said, "I'll help you, or I'll get back together with her." And, of course, we didn't get back together, but, um, Tawny was awesome. I've never opened for Chad Zumach, or as Kevin Brennan would say, Chad Zumach. Yes, he wasn't in, Star Chamber a lot. Um, Yaphet Kotto, but in a few, the guy who was his partner, the kind of interesting looking white guy, he was funny in that. Uh, Eleanor is from South Philly. Yeah, I mean Larry Hankin was in that Van Damme movie. I mean, he was just like the scarier looking version of Lance Henriksen. Um, so um, you know, The Star Chamber is a great movie. I don't know if it's on any stream. Yeah, Dick. No, it wasn't Dick Anthony Williams. I think. Let me go on. Let me get this guy's name. He's like a character actor. I think Dick Anthony Williams was the car thief Otis, if I remember. Let's The hot gas station boner pills is actually something called man fuel. It's a liquid. No, it wasn't Robert Costanza. Hold on, let me go on I mean Don Calfa, he was one of the yeah, Dick Anthony Williams, no, he was a detective. Let me I think it was John DeSanti. He was the one who was the black car thief? Oh, Otis Day. I didn't know that's the same guy from that is the same guy from Animal House. A great cast, looking um Sharon Gless, James Sicken, who was the father, Don Calfa, Larry Hankin, Dick Anthony Williams, a great David Proval. I mean, a great cast. A lot of not unknown actors, but I guess you would say character actors. But those are some of my favorite movies. Um, I mean, I try, Dylan. I try. Uh, let's see. Well, I mean, Robert Costanza, I think he was the cop in Die Hard 2. Robert Stack in one of my favorite Vietnam movies. Uncommon Valor. I listened to Win by Two, John, He roasted me a little bit one time saying I was boring, and that's when I kind of checked out on listening. Like I'm all for talking shit and roasting, but like I'm a lot of things. But wow, what a save by the Nashville goalie. You can sit there and say I'm not funny. That's subjective. You could sit there and say I'm not good at roast battle or whatever. That's subjective. But I'm not boring. I have multiple gangbang stories. Been on TV more than the whole Dabbleverse put together. Uh, I'm not boring. But I like John from One by Two. Just that I kind of he was like my Saturday afternoon listening stream, but I don't really listen to streams anymore. I got to go with Pablo Francisco on that one. Chicken Man, Brennan. Does Hollywood gangbang a lot? Yeah, I mean, yeah, roasted Piven, made him a bitch. And Jeff is so fucking fake. He calls me up like an hour later. What was that, man? You kind of bullied Piven. I'm like, Jeff, that's what the whole show roast battle was built around bullying. Call someone fat or a whore before they call you that. Uh, Davey Wester, I was at the Comedy Store boxing event. I was the corner man for not only Boom Shakalaka, but for Erica Ligney, and both my fighters lost. I would not have been a good cut man. Night Moose, too many glass cannons. I really have no idea what that means. Spurk Snake, you should write a movie script based on some of these stories. I mean, someone who hasn't had a drink or done drugs, I have led a very interesting life. Yes, I believe that. Well, but I mean, it's like I would, and here's the funny thing is that night with Piven, I was in the original room hallway waiting to go on. And I think the comic before me was on stage for like 5 minutes. And let's just say someone incredibly high up on Roast Battle texted me and said, "Hey, get up here. This battle's about to end. Go after Piven." So I go up there, and I thought Piven was in on the joke. I thought I'd give him a little shit. He'd come on stage. We do a little roast battle, and then we hug, and everyone goes downstairs and tries to get some puss. So I go up there. I'm doing my thing, and he's not really fighting back. And you know, uh, I'm starting to put it together that he's not really in on the joke. And it's like, well, why call me up here then? Like, so, and then he threatened to kick my ass in the parking lot. And I'm like, "I'll save you the exercise. Let's fight right now." So I went to go up to where the judges sit, and like Jeff and Jason Reitman were like fucking holding us back. And it's like, come on, man. You were bullying him, Earl. Yeah, I was, Jeff. Like the Tom Brady roast this weekend. I guarantee you that'll suck. Jeff will come out in a football outfit on the red carpet, and then he'll tell the hack jokes that have been written for him by people who don't even do comedy anymore, or open mic level comics. Great writing staff. I mean, do I need the amount of leather jackets I have upstairs in the closet? I probably don't. Yes, the Jeremy Piven clip is on my YouTube channel. Uh, no, I mean, I have a friend of mine. She's an alcoholic. She actually prefers whiskey dick, and she uses a wine cork as a butt plug. Pew! Well, I mean, it was kind of funny because I think as soon as I started walking towards him, Jeff and Reitman were like, "Oh fuck, we better get in between this." And Guam, the door guy, he was ready to like. I mean, Guam could kick someone's ass. He's like a fucking Samoan dude, Polynesian badass. And then I remember leaving that night. All the people in the driveway were like high fiving me and shit. Um, some black dude stuck his face in my Dodge Hellcat. I'm like, "Hey man, be cool, be cool." Hey, we got 22 likes. Thank you very much for those of you who hit the likes. And I'm not necessarily ending the stream now, but I do like to make the tippers feel welcome. So thank you, Ross Dogs, Lance, J Man Jack, Peter Chicken Man Brennan, My Lost Interest, Queen on, Lance, Days with Jordan the Lion, Easy123, and Lance again, as well as Italian Stallion. You guys have been good to me tonight. So Billy Blanks, Tybo, get the fuck out of here. You still here? Didn't I tell you to go F your mother? Wait, what? Kate Meany banged Piven. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, from what I understand, doesn't seem like it's out of the realm of possibility. I did take Billy Blanks' class. There was a Tybo gym in where was it? Sherman Oaks. He was not the teacher, but I do remember it being a good workout. There's a lot of people in there, so it was very hot. I mean, you're just sweating balls. And we got 0-0, 5 minutes left to go in the second period. So right now it's 4-4. Did you take Dillman's class? I don't know what that means. Easy123. I know you're a member, so I want to tread lightly, but I don't know. Take time to go hit the end button. Are you trolling me, Daniel M? Out of control. It is time. I like to give you guys not necessarily bonus time, but you guys have been good to me tonight, so it's almost like a reward. So did you take Dillman's class? Chi balls. Some of you guys, either I got to take an English class or you guys got to take it. But Earl is the type of guy who never did P90 because Tony was his trainer anyway. P90 Xbox. Hello, boing. So no comedy shows this weekend with the Netflix is a Joke Festival ruining, at all of the comedy clubs in town. I did not get a spot this week. So I am streaming my little heart off. Boulder Johnny, welcome to Bonzo Berry. Hello. Clip that, bitch. George Dillman was a fake martial artist from pre-internet. Okay, so he's like Frank Dukes. Frank Dukes. I actually went up to Chong Lee once at Gold's Gym in Venice. I'm saying, hey, man, I'm a big fan. He's like staring at me, and then it hit me. Oh, he doesn't really understand English. Pew! He still shook my hand, though. I'll give him that. P90X. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Hip Hop Abs. I took that because my girlfriend was, at the time, was in one of the videos. So she had all the access to the tapes and whatnot. I used to watch Body by Gilad, ESPN, Denise Austin, all that shit. I bought Bob Paris's book, because when I was younger, I thought I could actually look like Bob Paris. Get the fuck out of here, Skakel. Welcome, Boulder Johnny, to the group. Tybo is a good workout. Then out here we have Barry's Boot Camp, shit like that. What was he? The master of the Bruce Lee 1-inch heart punch? Come on, man. So get your last questions in. We'll go to 1 hour and 5 minutes. Well, actually, that's not enough time for you guys to get your last questions in. Are you friends with Pauly Shore? We're not enemies, but we don't hang out. We'll go to 1 hour and 10 minutes. So 7 minutes left. You mean Denise Austin? Who's Tracy Anderson? Richard Simmons? I never really got into Richard Simmons, but more importantly, he didn't get into me either. Hello! I'm a fan of the ricochet noise. Pew! It's a Skakel original here. Yes, Hackamania is coming up in, I believe, a little over 3 weeks. I'll be doing a 20-minute stand-up set there and also judging the Win Earl Skakel's Money Um, I'm not sure how much participating I will be doing on all the podcasts because I have a feeling all the podcasts will be just shitting on Stuttering John and that stuff, and that's not my jam. So, Tracy Anderson was Gwyneth Paltrow's trainer. Okay, thank you, Kip Smith, as always, for the moderating. Thank you to Gina Babina when she is in here. Thank you to Kip Smith, Jordan the Lion, and Andrew Stoken for all of the cover art and thumbnails. I mean, I think it'll be a fun hangout. I don't think anyone's taking this too seriously. It's not a comedy festival. It's just almost like a podcast fans festival with a little bit of comedy in it. I mean, think of the people who will be there. I mean, Ray's popular, Pat Dixon's popular on the streaming world. Melton's like literally one of the OGs of podcasting and streaming. And shout out to Big Beefers. I can't argue that. Denzel is still in love with his wife of decades. It can happen. It can happen. Denzel loves God. Thank you, Tampa Police. I'm not sure who you are, but I believe you're new to the stream. Welcome. We're a fan-friendly stream in here, Tampa Police. So no shenanigans. And we've been pretty shenanigan-free in here. I don't believe anyone is streaming right now, so I've got this time all to myself. Freeze, dirtbag. Which is nice. And after I'm done streaming, hey, listen to whoever else is streaming. I didn't mind Ricochet. I mean, I'm not really a huge Denzel Washington guy. Although I will say a lot of people don't know this. He was very close to becoming Detective Ricardo Tubbs. I mean, you almost had a Miami Vice that was Denzel Washington has Ricardo Tubbs, and Larry Wilcox from Chips. Officer John Baker was almost Detective Sonny Crockett. It's got a big. What's great in a game 6 where Nashville has to win, there was just a goal mouth scramble that if this was a preseason game, there'd be a 5-on-5 brawl right now. But nobody wants to take a penalty. Nobody. Well, I hope so too, Tampa Police. I mean, Soros is the real deal tonight. This is kind of what the Kings need. No offense to Cam Talbot or big save, Dave Riddich. But it's going to be an interesting offseason for the Kings. They need to upgrade the goaltending. They need to get a little bigger, a little meaner. And, man, Saros is playing good tonight. I do like Jamie Kennedy. He's very cool, very nice. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. They're not me. They're insecure boys. Well, I've been an insecure boy myself, which is why I cheated back in the day. I thought, well, if I fuck one girl, I'm cooler if I fuck two. It's insane that you would think like that. But now, as an older man, I'm pretty mature and realize how stupid that was. Plus, I got cheated on, and I was like, well, this sucks. I thought the new Miami Vice sucked, Ross Dogs, to be honest with you. I don't know. I was just speaking of Letterman. I was just watching a 41-minute clip someone made on YouTube of all of Tex Cobb's appearances on Letterman. Tex Cobb was fucking funny. Now, I've tried to get Tex Cobb on my podcast, and he's literally unfindable. He is unfindable. 1 minute left, guys. The arrow is already on the end stream. So thank you for all the super chatters tonight. Probably going to do a stream tomorrow, I would guess around 6 p.m. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Kip Smith. Thank you, Tampa Police, and all the new people in here. I mean, I thought Miami Vice, the movie, was just like a Bad Boys ripoff. So yeah, I mean, I've tried. My friend who's a federal judge said, "I'll try and find him for you." And my friend, who, if you flicked a booger on the way to Vegas and Zizix, my friend could find it. He could not find Tex Cobb for me. Good night. Are you ready to rock? Three Kings was great. You have to admit. Yeah, it wasn't bad. All right, here's the countdown. Five, four, three, two, one. Good night and goodbye.